This is a message for the organisers of the Free Palestine demonstration on the 11th of November. Stay away from the cenotaph. Don't go anywhere near Whitehall and the cenotaph. Because if you come down that road, you're going to be marching past military veterans who have served this country, who love this country, who want this country to be prosperous, to be peaceful, to be democratic, to not be riven by sectarian hatred, to not be riven by terrorism, to not be torn asunder by identity politics. So all those of you who are Islamist, I'm thinking of silly-dilly Hussein. To all of those who are Antifa or communist, stay away from our cenotaph. Stay away from us on our sacred day. Stay away from the veterans of the United Kingdom. Have your demonstration. We believe in a free society. We believe in freedom of speech, but keep it away from us. And to the Met Police, who I believe are negotiating with these people, many of whom I believe are extremists. But you're negotiating with these people. To the Met Police, keep them away from Whitehall. You can blockade Whitehall. You can block it off. You can block either side of the street off. You can block it off at Parliament Square. You can block it off at Trafalgar Square. And you can just have access to veterans and their supporters. People who love the country. People who want the best for the country. People who want the best for every single person who lives in the country and loves the country. Have your protest. Not going to get involved in the politics of it. That's not for this day. Because this day is about remembering the war dead. This day is about thinking hard about the men and the women who lost their lives in 2 world wars and all the conflicts since then. Battles against terrorism, battles against jihadists, battles against those who were committing genocide against Muslims. And I'm thinking about the Balkans Wars, where British soldiers went to those countries, bled and fought and died to help liberate Muslims. Thinking about the battles against terrorism, the battles against Islamic State, the battles against Al-Qaeda, the battles against the Taliban. When British lives and British blood was shed to try and bring freedom to people living under Islamo-fascist regimes. So if you're an Islamist coming to London on the 11th of November, stay away from the cenotaph. Stay away from Whitehall. Have some respect. Have some common decency. And leave us to have our sacred day and to remember our fallen and the sacrifice that they made so that you can have your freedom to protest. Don't you dare abuse that freedom, and don't you dare despise this nation and its values that gave you those freedoms. Another message for the communists and the Islamists, the Islamo-fascists, those who want to eradicate Judaism from the globe, those communists who despise the country that they were born in, those Islamo-fascists who despise the country they were born in. If you don't like our country, we're very worried in this country about overpopulation. If you don't like our country, if you don't like British democracy, if you don't like what we do and the way we do it, leave. We don't want you here. See, everybody's welcome in this country, no matter what religion or race they're from, as long as they sign up to the values of this country, as long as they support the values of this country. Freedom, equality, democracy, sovereignty. They're the values of Britishness. They're the values that men and women died for in those 2 world wars. If you're an Islamo-fascist, or you're a communist, you know, the Antifa types, and you hate our country, you despise our country, you despise all it stands for, leave. If you're a communist, go to North Korea. If you're a communist, go to China. If you're an Islamo-fascist, take your pick. Afghanistan, Iran, it's up to you. Don't stay here and don't damage our country anymore. If you hate this country, leave. If you love this country, stay. And on the 11th, stay away from the cenotaph. And those commanders in the Met Police that see all this social media content, just be aware we're putting serious numbers of veterans and their supporters onto the ground on the 11th. See you all soon.